little bit extra lead time tonight. Sorry. Last minute dog issue. Go lay in your bed. Go lay in your bed, Franny. I may have been giving this dog French fries for the last half hour. That's why she's not leaving my side. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Blathering Live. I'm Ken Napzok here. Episode 271 of the ongoing series of me versus my mind. But you're along for the ride. It's an AM radio talk show for the modern age. We got some of our regulars checking in here. Narcolepsy, Carbon Swap, that's Chris. Page Turners, there we're not. That's Brennan. Laser Bolt, that is Kenneth. Kingsport Cal, that is Kingsport Cal. Jared the TIE Pilot. Ingevia. Detective McCarsel's not here. He says, send help, cramming for a midterm. That's a problem with higher education. It takes you out of the audiences of your favorite live shows on the internet. A lot of stuff to get to tonight here. I forgot to set the Super Chat goal. You guys are generous along the way. Don't worry about it tonight. But hey, if you want to make a donation, direct links are out there. You know where to find it. You might be watching on Twitch. You might be watching on Facebook. Tonight, is this a religious war? Some people think the war in Iran goes on and gets bigger and more messy, and we'll talk about that. But also, we have our top 5 Republican admin officials, the Trump admin officials, and their statements on this being a religious war. We're going to rank them 5 to 1. Worst to worstest. Also, in a switch of, oh my gosh, this is greasing through the thing. In a switch of moods, I'm going to try the big arch. That's right. You know what? Everyone's making fun of that CEO, Chris McMoneypants. Everyone's making fun of him. He's a robot. He's a lizard person. He calls this product. Well, I ordered the product. I'm going to see if it's good, which means his ad campaign might have worked. Because I didn't go to Wendy's. I didn't go to Burger King. I didn't go to A&W. I went to McDonald's for the big arch. Joining me is the big arch himself, producer Steve. How you doing, buddy?
Oh man, the Mr. President quarter zip himself. You're gonna one up him in your hoodie here at home, in your Team Zoc hat, and you're gonna take a big juicy bite out of that arch burger, aren't you?
It's leaking. We've got some Dr. Nick Riviera. If you can see
what
through
is it leaking, Ken? That's what I'm concerned.
What I gotta tell you, that does not. We'll get to this. It does not look like the one Chris McMoneypants was eating. I'll tell you that much.
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, I mean,
it smells pretty good.
Smells good? Yeah.
That's
part of what they do. That's part of what McDonald's gets at you, though. You know what I mean? Like the smell is kind of that's one of their selling points. And then you open the box and take a bite, and it's kind of like pot committed, so the sadness kind of sets in later.
Indeed. We got gifted channel memberships from Jared the TIE Pilot and Kingsport Cal. Really appreciate that. I am in a, like all of us, it's a tough month for me, tough month for all of you. I'm happy you're here. Like the video. Leave comments if you're watching later. All those things to help kind of boost what's going on around here. We had a good month last night, and we're gonna have a good month. And next month is my birthday month. We're gonna do some special birthday stream here on the channel as well. So Steve, we do want to. I don't have anything much to say about the hilarious firing of Kristi Noem, other than we don't get a lot of wins. And this isn't a giant win because Mark Wayne, Billy Bob Mullen slides on in if he gets confirmed. And the way it works, he will. I'm sure there'll be some Democrats who are like, I don't know. He was good. He was good out in the break room. I like him. Good guy. I like the cut of his jib. He'll get in, and we'll have one of the dumbest elected officials ever running the DHS. So I don't know if it's a win for us, but I'm going to take it as a small win. Yeah, where you line with me on that, or do you align with me?
I think small wins are fine. Let's take the small wins where we can get them while we can get them. I mean, he looked great cowering behind a chair during January 6th as his constituents wanted to murder him and his colleagues. But Kristi Noem not being Department of Homeland Security Secretary is a good thing. So let's just, period. That's a good thing. Mark Wayne Mullen being worse is a very real possibility. But I just can't stop thinking about the fact that for the amount of money that it costs them to put her on a horse and put some commercials on YouTube, Ken, we could have had half a Star War.
Yeah, absolutely. Or we could have gone to space and lived there forever. But that was up. Sometimes it isn't. Yeah, David McCarthy is right. What the F is Shield of Americas? It's the whole thing. Now, one of my favorite, and again, I have not spent much time with the story today. I was doing other things, work-related. Also, we did some prep for the show. Most of the work comes from Steve, but I had an idea. But I didn't spend a lot of time with it. I do find it hilarious that this whole thing, but tragically hilarious because people have lost their lives and there's people unaccounted for, and let's also acknowledge that. But I do find it hilarious that it all comes down to her answering a question that Donald J. Trump did not like because it put him in a bad light, and gone cut.
Yeah, it's the Godfather. It's all loyalty. I mean, it wasn't that she presided over the death of several American civilian citizens by federal agents. It doesn't have anything to do with the atrocities that her agencies are committing in immigration enforcement. It's the fact that she threw Donald under a Greyhound when asked about who approved the money. Oh, it was approved all the way to the top. He's like, oh, Donald Trump. Yeah, he sure did. And he didn't like that. So the other thing is this administration is so optics focused that they didn't even just fire her, right? Because they've been gassing her up for so long, they would look stupid just cutting bait and being like, oh no, by like turning on her, right? Because that would look bad enough. So we made the Department of Shield, which is just outright run by Hydra, I guess at this point. We're not even trying to hide it at this right? Like they're not even doing that part. Yeah. And so they're going to start Shield here for the Americas, and she's going to protect the Western Hemisphere, Ken. That's basically what she said her job is. Her job is to now protect the Western Hemisphere from drug cartels and terrorists from a horse. I don't know if she gets to keep the horse from the budget. I mean, I imagine for $220 million, if she didn't negotiate for the horse and the hat, then she's terrible. Yeah.
But she'd get to keep the bed. And Scarlett Wolf reminding us that Corey Lewandowski is coming with her. I mean, leaving with her as they head on out of the DHS. So there's that on the mind. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit here about the war. And again, I want to acknowledge no war is good. I would dare say no war is funny, but I think humor and approaching things from that angle can also be how we process it and maybe get the word out. I'm not saying I'm getting the word out anything. I just have something on my mind that I'm just, it's making me angry, and this is the only way I could talk about it, I think, without just being a yelly, screamy, beardy dude on the internet. You know what I mean, Steve? I have to approach it with a focus, a tactic.
No, that's healthy, Ken. That's a healthy way to look at it. It's your show. You can yell at the clouds if you want. It's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, look at this face. You don't want this face yelling too much. But like I said, the war serious. Last count I saw, I don't have a full count, but like over 1,000 civilians. We had the girl skull on the weekend. We had at least 6 service members more injured. But these things happen is the answer from our fearless leader. These things happen. What are you going to do? Crack eggs to make an omelet? Who cares? He's always been for the military, Steve.
It's literally the Lord Farquaad meme. It's like, some, it's a sacrifice. Some of you are going to die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And they're just outright saying it. And now Hegseth came on out and saying today that the bombing campaigns are going to intensify and they're ramping things up. So
yes,
we're even 2-weeking, like the whole meme of Trump saying everything is 2 weeks away. They even 2-weeked nuclear war, Ken. Or terrorist attacks or bomb. You know what I mean? Like they 2-weeked Iran imminently being able to attack us, and so that's why this all had to start. That was the newest excuse I heard today. So I just thought that was very. We're running out of ideas. I don't know. I mean, they were like, "Look, aliens didn't work, so we have to come back to conventional means like war."
That was going to be the thing. Yeah, right. Aliens. And like I said, it's all the things. It's not to me just a simple distraction of the Epstein files. It serves that purpose, but I think it's just all the things. It's all part of this plan. It's going to profit, obviously, a lot of people. It profited Mark Wayne Mullen. Profited him.
Yeah.
Days before, invested in stock.
Right.
Made money.
Let's not pretend that I don't get me wrong. I'm all for investing in your 401k and everything because that's one of the weird things about this administration is the stock market just continues to go up. But that is all being. I mean, in my opinion, it's just all such if an in-group kind of game right now. It's like not even insider trading. It's just like it's like a bunch of crooks playing poker with each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm just like, whatever, let's let it ride and just hope it doesn't all, maybe they don't totally pull up the ladder before everything goes kaput. Who knows? That's probably what will happen.
They'll leave rich. It's like Zaslav, selling like 115 million stocks in WB and maybe up to like $800 million bonus from running Warner Brothers into the ground. What a time, what a country. This big arch might be the last food I can afford to purchase, but I'm happy to do it here in a little bit. But yeah, the thing that's sending, I guess, a chill down my spine is nothing that's unexpected. There was this story that came out that was originally reported by Jonathan Larson on the Substack, his newsletter there. And That being that the Military Religious Freedom Foundation says at the time of this article, and I am reading from the Times of India, saying that they had received more than 110 complaints from troops across the U.S. Armed Forces. Reports involve over 40 units across 30 military installations, according to Larson's reporting. And some complaints describing commanders in the armed forces framing the war as part of God's plan and evoking biblical prophecy during official briefings. Now, as you and I were talking about, Steve, the foundation has said this, right? Not just they've come out and kind of confirmed that they at least told Jonathan Larson this.
Right. Yeah. The reports that at least that they've gotten this number of complaints and that they are focused on what he's reporting as far as being religiously based. That was confirmed by the foundation. And yeah, that story is a little like bonkers just from the top of it. I can see that being like the words that they are being given from the top. And so these officials are like repeating the things to the rank and file. And there's almost like this like non-self-awareness, almost like this humor, like the snickering sighing to it. Like I can see that being like part of it, but then you have like some real true believers that are like, oh shit, no, this really is the end. I don't know. I just,
yeah.
Everyone who I've in my life that I've known that was in the military would read that and laugh. Right. And right. So that's where I find that whole, like the true believer doctrine, like bought in really hard to believe. But I'm glad that these number of complaints came up and it immediately shut up as like, hey, even in this crazy world, this is not normal.
Yep. Yeah. But inspired by that, because again, this is something that is, I don't know if close to my heart's the right phrase. Back in my Churchy McChurch days, I loved the book of Revelation. I love end times prophecy. In fact, I still have books on the bottom of my shelf in my living room of, Dummy's Guide to the End Times. I didn't read those dumb Left Behind books. I stopped there. That was about the time I was like, eh. So I used to study it. I used to believe it. I don't anymore. And I just want to make my position clear. Whether or not the Bible is the divine, God's word, divine, incarnate into pages, I don't know. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Book of Revelation was moved to the back in the 4th century. I even looked this up. It was by the 7th and 10th century. It kind of had been recovered. Part of texts are remitted. All the stuff. And I watch a lot of YouTube channels on this stuff and go down that rabbit hole as well. But this isn't about that. It's just that that's my belief. This is their belief. If you believe it's actual prophecy and this is stuff that's actually going to happen, great. But to then try to use it to invoke this end time, number one, I think is a violation of what the Bible might say. No one knows the day or the time. If that's absolutely what you believe, then you're already in violation of that by saying, let's pull the string. That doesn't seem. Does that seem fair, Steve? That doesn't seem like a way to make prophecy come true is by pushing it.
No, yeah, the big guy does not like cheating or like intervening on his, prophesized type. You know what I mean? Whenever man, especially like any movie or book you see where man tries to like make the prophecy come true, like non-organically, right. Like kind of, you know what I mean? Like it never ends well. So you got to let these things happen the way they're supposed to, right? Yeah, the way they're supposed to happen.
So again, all that to say, I put my cards on the table of what I think the Book of Revelation is. Again, I don't think it's real, and I don't think it's a prophecy. I think more than anything, it is a coded message to Christians in the present day who are under Rome rule. That is what a lot of people think. There's some information out there, too. Go down that rabbit hole when you're up late at night in bed, too. But, Steve, the Substack thing from Jonathan Larson is one thing, right? It's like, maybe it happened, maybe it didn't, who knows? That seemed like you were saying. But then we have actual Republican Trump administration officials kind of confirming this from a certain point of view by invoking the religious war aspect of it. So, Steve, are you ready to rank from 5 to 1, from worst to the worstest, these quotes?
Absolutely. And yes, these, while we did have to, it was tough to do the rankings, I think, and I'm glad that you really, thought hard about this and did the analysis on them. It is just kind of degrees of bad. So, but yeah, no, this was how I spent my lunch hours today, and I was proud to do it.
Thank you. All right, number five is our Secretary of Defense, though he prefers Secretary of War, but he gets to tell you what his preferred name is. But you don't. You don't. So Pete Hegseth there in his nice, swim attire had this to say: crazy regimes like Iran, hell-bent on prophetic Islamist delusions, cannot have nuclear weapons. It's common sense. Now, I will say he, of all of them, has not stood on any podium that I'm aware and said this is a religious war, to my knowledge. I don't know if you've seen that at all.
No. I can't say I have.
So I'm not defending. I'm just saying that statement, though, is I call it Bible adjacent, hell bent on prophetic Islamist delusions. That's number 5. That's just setting the tone. Bible-ish.
Yeah.
Number 4, it's our favorite runner. It gets cold. He leaves. Senator Ted Cruz of Texas. Let's hope maybe Jasmine Crockett rebounds from her primary defeat, maybe takes him out in 2028. Ted Cruz. Is that real? Is that a real picture of a book he's reading?
Yeah, it's the anti-racist baby, Ken. That's not on your shelf.
No.
It's just more of that woke nonsense that they're trying to introduce in Texas to appeal to humans as people.
There you go. Ted Cruz says this: I was taught as a child from the Bible that those who bless Israel would be blessed. From my perspective, I want to be on the blessing side there. Now that's number 4, Steve. Any thoughts on that at number 4?
That's right up Ted's alley, man. Just like Ted's is like, you know what? I'm the most disliked person in American government, so I'm gonna make sure I run as a Republican in Texas. You know what I mean? Like the only place that he might like also win is like Oklahoma, which is again why they picked Markwayne Mullin to be the new Homeland or whatever Homeland Security, whatever the hell Chris just got fired for. Yeah. Because he's a senator in Oklahoma, and Trump won every district you can imagine in Oklahoma, so that'll be a shoe-in for another Senate replacement, right?
Right.
Right. So
smart, almost smart.
Like, well, I mean, the people under him know how to play the game in that regard, right? So, yes, at least they're going to do that kind of stuff. So they put like I just imagine when hold on, give me a side piece for 2 seconds here.
You want to be a side piece?
Okay, yes, I do. I think I imagine when they come into the Oval Office, like Trump and Rubio and Hegseth and like all the decision makers with Trump, right, are just like, okay, look, we got to get rid of her. It's time. Like the Kalshi markets are down. Like we have to move, right? Polymarket says we need to, if Don Jr. said he's going to make $500K on Polymarket if we fire her today, right? So we have to figure this out. I imagine they just bring like giant posters of like the 3 candidates that they're like, okay, Markwayne Mullin, and like 2 other stooges that they're like, okay. And then they just like, sir, we just need you to just point to one and then we'll take it from here. Right. And he's like, oh, where's this guy from? What is it? And then they just go, he's like, oh, he's an MMA fighter. Yes. He's a biologist and he's a stockbroker. He's like, well, screw the biologist. The stockbroker's an idiot. Give me the MMA fighter. Boom. That's your Department of Homeland Security.
Yes. And the other thing is, he's a 3-time MMA fighter in about 2006 or 7. He fought 3 times, same opponent twice. I agree with you. I think so. Here's how the LAPD picks their SWAT team members. This is true.
Okay.
They come mostly out of LAPD's Metro Division. Metro Division is the big one. It also has the, what is it called? The SAS or whatever. It's the death squad. If you're on that list, most likely they're going to come hunt you down and kill you. It's all out of LAPD Metro. So when you're up for the SWAT team, say there's 8 guys, they print out a picture of your face. They put it in the locker room of the SWAT guys, and they have like a week. And if at the end of the week, your face doesn't have an X over it, you're on the SWAT team.
Hell, that's like the most fraternity, sorority.
Yes.
Here, come sit on the dryer and we're going to mark up your legs kind of bullshit I've ever heard. What the hell?
And reason I know this is my former security company that I spent years with before it was bought by another company, owned and operated by 4 former SWAT officers. One that was in the North Hollywood shootout was actually one of the ones that famously took out from underneath the car one of the shooters. They just would tell these stories all the time. So I think you're right. I think that's how it works in the Oval Office. Just put a pic, and then if Trump with a crayon puts an X, you're out.
Right. Just like the hurricane, right? Like, okay, no, it's going this way.
Going this way. But anyways, number 4 was Ted Cruz, because this is, this also, remember, when Tucker Carlson and him got into a fight, because a lot of this is based off of Genesis 8. There's nothing in that passage or anything that would make you think that you need to follow, like, the state of Israel's leadership. Israeli people are Jews or anything you want to say. Like, okay, I follow you down that a little bit. I'm sure Tucker Carlson would as well. But, and if you remember Ted Cruz, like bumbling through that confrontation, this is his understanding of it. Bible says it must be so. Number 3, Marco Rubio. You know, he's the Secretary of State, Steve. Did you know that?
I did, and I will never forget that moment that we have encapsulated here of him giving the Republican response to the State of the Union. Yes, in which he was unable to drink a bottle of water like a human being. At least he only used one hand. At least, like unlike the president, he's able to do it with one hand.
Yeah, that's true. He said, this quote was out there, Iran is run by lunatics, religious, fanatic lunatics. Steve, you remember Alanis Morissette's song, Ironic?
Yes. Love
a lot of people got mad at her.
Actually.
A lot of people got mad at her because they're like, hey, you stretched the definition of ironic. I don't know if this falls into the right or wrong definition of ironic, but for Marco Rubio to say that another nation is run by religious lunatics and extremists when we have Christian nationalists rubbing shoulders with him in the office, I don't even think it's lost on him. I think he's very aware, but he's just going to stoke the flames.
Imagine like a lunatic calling a religious lunatic it's not like the pot calling the kettle black or anything like that. It's more like the idea that there's such a like lacking of self-awareness even at the top. Like the government is being run by high school mean girls. That's really what this is all teaching us, right?
Dude, right, no, but did I say it here? I forget. I'm on so many goddamn shows every week. But, every Tuesday I love producing and hanging out with Pat Conkey over Culture, Faith, and Politics. I really want you all to check it out. Go over there. Different style of show. I swear less over there. But I think I said there, and I think I said to you, and I may have just said in conversation, Lauren Boebert sneaking a picture of Hillary Clinton in a private hearing that the Republicans refused to make public. No press in there. And she sneaks out a photo and gets it to Benny Johnson, a Christian nationalist, who then takes it to the site formerly known as Twitter. We're run by the YouTube comment section. We're run by trolls.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And I do blame social media to an extent of this because before all of this, I don't really remember senators and congressmen having brands the way that Boebert or Marjorie Taylor Greene or any of those people do. You know what I mean? I understand that they had platforms and they were prominent and public facing for certain issues and stuff like that, but they weren't just flat out for self-enrichment the way we see it now, right?
Yep.
So now everybody, even the politicians, it's not just YouTubers and podcasters, even the politicians are in on the grift now because they all have their own podcast or YouTube or page or just some way in which they are, platforming themselves aside from their public office.
And I will do the reach across the aisle to look at the Newsoms of the world and say, yeah, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. To be clear.
And that's to me, that's playing the game. You know what I mean?
It's playing
that's
game.
a lot of playing the game.
He's not my favorite. I don't want him to even stay. He's not senator governor. I'm sure he'll run for president. I think that's better than a lot of things going now, but not a huge fan of a lot of his things. He's espoused. I want to say I couldn't care less of some of the guests he's had. I know that upsets a lot of people. I'm less worried about that. Yeah. Let him cook, do his thing. But it's just, throwing the queer community, trans community, and some of those stuff under the buses.
Yeah, he's a perfect example of the DNC like not being able to let go of this stupid sense of centrism that has just like been a losing strategy for 30 years. You know what I mean? He's like a DNC wet dream at the end of the day. Honestly, like he's Hillary in a dude's body as far as like what the corporate DNC sees. But so I'm sure they're going to be salivating over him, reining him in a little bit and getting him as the favorite. But yeah, I'm with you. Like it's. We have to be able to do better. We're not talking about Gavin Newsom. Damn it, we're talking about stupid Republicans.
Stupid Republicans. But I was watching one of the many shows that my stories, and was watching one of them brought up that Trump builds brands. That's what he's always done. They've always failed. He's destroyed everything. He builds brands, and everyone's building a brand with him, and that's obviously what we're seeing. And the Trump this, the Trump that, the Trump, Hall of Music, whatever the fuck's going on. It's a build. It's a brand build. All right. Number 3 again was Marco Rubio. Iran is run by lunatics, religious fanatic lunatics. Number 2, everyone's favorite, as they call him over on the YouTube channel. I've had it. Grinder Mike Johnson. Our current Speaker of the House, with his little comb over that just says he reads all the Bible verses. Iranians want to swipe Israel off the face of the earth, and they'd like to take us out as well. We're the great Satan in their analogy and their misguided religion, and there's no way to appease them. Now, Steve, I want to say this. I do understand and believe that there are a lot of nations in that region who might have that opinion of Israel or what they want to do with it. I am not here to dispute that. Okay, does that make sense? Is that a caveat I need to say?
With Mike Johnson, that was almost a little bit of he had us in the first half, because it's like, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, he's not being factually necessarily incorrect with the Iranian regime wanting that, not necessarily the people of Iran. Let's be clear about that.
That's great.
But then when he went to the great Satan and then just taking out an entire like misguided religion as if he's Han Solo, just making fun of Obi-Wan on the Falcon kind of thing. Like that's not. And that's a reference. That's not bringing up Star Wars. Those are two different things.
That's true. That is why I ranked it number 2. That phrase, misguided religion, which, of course, not just Islamophobic, but just it's kind of everything wrong with this administration and kind of everything wrong with the ideas of Christian nationalism. And that get me so upset at those in church, those in my former church, those who won't stand up and speak out against it, especially even within the walls of the church. And some people do. To be clear, a lot of people do, actually. I think there's a growing understanding of what's starting to happen. It needs to be more and it needs to be faster. But it's words like that. Misguided religion. We had Netanyahu the other day on a clip. I saw him go, and I saw him say it. Like, we're the good guys. We're the good guys. And that's how they see it. And they believe this book that they believe is of divine inspiration is enough to base all this off of. And like I keep saying, Steve, maybe it is a book that is of divine inspiration. I think it's got a lot of wonderful things in it. It's got a little bit of history, like the story of Robin Hood mentions real places in England. King Arthur mentions real places in England.
Right. Yeah. There
like
probably was a real sheriff had around Nottingham, right? Yeah, exactly.
But to take it all literally is my problem. But even if you do believe that, I'm not here to take that from you. But to base policy is dangerous. To base our country and its military actions in a war on that, it's dangerous to me.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen that.
It's evil.
Yeah. If history has taught us a few things, it's that war in the name of your God doesn't end well for you or the people you're waging war on, for starters. I mean, Sister Margaret beat the religious fervor out of me, so to speak. So I'm a godless former Catholic at this point. So I'm not even really concerned about the whole. It's not even. To me, it's more the I'm right and you're wrongness of it on something like that, like misguided, like you said, with misguided religion, but not even so much that he's saying like Islam is phobic, but because it is, but it's the idea that it sounds like he's saying I'm right, you're wrong,
yes.
the religion we practice here is
yes.
Obviously not like that. When it's no, you don't understand. You're the country bombing them and saying their religion is bad. So let's just take that from a third person perspective here.
Yeah.
The facts are we bombed the shit out of their country and you're trashing their religion. So.
Yes. And again, using this as reasons, and the reasons they've given, again, the Iranian regime doesn't have the greatest track record. We have to say these caveats.
Right.
Pat and I talked about this Tuesday, because if you don't, you act like, it's like saying with Venezuela. Right. Yeah, it's the same.
We might as well be flying Iranian flags behind us and shit, and people will just assume that. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But no one's complaining that bad guys are gone, but the way that you do things, the amount of civilian casualties, the fact that this was just out of nowhere, there's 99 things wrong with what happened for every good, every good, you know what I mean? So
and they can't get their story straight as to why. Even the fact that the Bush administration whipped up a bunch of falsitudes to go before the country and the government and say, here's why we feel we need to go in. To me, at least was playing the game. These fucks are on every clip. I said I didn't say that. I asked the question. You absolutely said that. I asked you the question. No, I don't know that. It's a religious war. Well, we've been fighting them for 47 years. They don't have a clear stated goal, even a fake one or a false one, because they just, to me, Don't know. Now I believe the people in the military who have been planning for this. I heard a story of someone I know someone who was gone for a couple months, high-ranking person, and kind of figured this was coming. This is not about them. It's about this administration absolutely using the military wing, and it drives me crazy. Misguided religion. It's the white as default. Misguided religion from Mike Johnson is white as default.
Yes, that's a really good way to put it.
Number one, Senator Lindsey Graham. That's a great photo. Great photo.
Angry.
Now we had to cut this quote down. It's so long, and I transcribed this. I watched them say this. This is a religious war. Who wins it at the end of the day? Do the radical Islamic terrorists who want to kill all the Jews because God told them to? Who want to kill me because I'm an infidel? Who want to purify Islam? So what you're facing right now is a moment of decision that will set the course of the Middle East for 1,000 years. Now, Steve, again, the stuff you said up top, I don't agree with it, but I understand the history of the region. Again, the second half is the problem, bigger problem for me, of that to me feels you're a warrior for God. You're a warrior for Jesus. Right. We're here fighting for what's right. That's a crusade. That is Richard III's going back down to take Jerusalem for God, because we need to. That's the scary shit right there. To me. That's why it's number one.
Also didn't end well. I think with the other part with Lindsey is it's a little bit arrogant, a little ego driven to think that their policy decisions are really going to have impact for 1,000 years. Like, I mean, technically maybe if something like crazy, but like, I mean, come on, 1,000 years, like you don't think, you know what I mean? That's like saying a free agent signing for the Dolphins in 1987 had a butterfly effect that led to like Raheem Mostert being shitty the year after he had his great year. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
I have seen some videos of this trade changed the New York Mets forever, and it's like from 1961, and it's like Kevin Bacon and stuff. Anyways, that's the list. That's the list. There we go. Number 5, Pete Hegseth. Number 4, Senator Ted Cruz. Number 3, I don't even know my numbers anymore. Marco Rubio, Secretary of State. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, number 2. And Senator Lindsey Graham, South Carolina, coming in at number 1. There you go. Thanks for letting me all take that journey. I had to work through some anger today and process it and put it at the fine point. I think I might just share those on Blue Sky, Steve.
You're welcome to. Have fun.
We'll have to correct. There's a typo. Sorry.
I know. I saw the typo,
we'll
and I know
that one.
I know. You didn't have to. You didn't have to go back to it.
Yeah,
God damn.
I got to reject it. I just
take it out of my paycheck.
Is that all right? Later on the show means very soon. We're going to take your sinful confessions. A lot of fun doing this. I know we got at least one. We got a one and a complaint.
I have a confession to make too.
You have a confession?
I do.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Steve, what do you know about the Big Arch?
This is such a great visual prop for anybody who's just listening. Please check out the video. I didn't know about the Big Arch until I saw CEO Captain Quarterzip take the smallest, most delicate bite out of his own product on TikTok, and that just had the giant Streisand effect.
Now, you have mentioned the Quarterzip a few times on and off air.
Yeah.
Is that
was he wearing a sweater? I don't know.
Yes. But is that your version of my hate for the polo shirt?
Oh, yes, only because I have a large collection of quarter zips, and I kind of hate myself for it. But
self-love.
My professional side of my life requires a lot of quarter zips, polos, and button downs. Ken, I don't want to go into it much more than that. Throw a few sweater vests in there as well.
I understand. And Brady, who I don't even know if he's old enough to make the references. It's a Krusty the Clown moment. All right,
so spelled it right.
But here's the thing. So this guy, I almost want to bring the video up. Yeah, I should have thought of that.
Ah, damn! You should have told me. I would have grabbed it.
I know. I'm horrible. And my computer's having sorry, my computer's having a little bit of the run issues. King Sporthouse says WTF is a quarter zip. White people. Yeah, I think you're mostly true there, Cal. All right, so
I got you.
This is the CEO of McDonald's, Chris McMoneypants.
Chris McMoneypants is good.
Iggy says, "Hey, watch it. My wife works at McDonald's."
This is not
about her.
McDonald's itself. This is so not about her.
This is about the leadership.
Trust me.
But actually, I think I have a positive spin on it. All right, here's the guy. If you haven't seen it already, if you're on the audio version, just imagine. Can't really hear it.
Yeah, I can't do the audio, but he's
all right. But this is something we have tested. Yeah, it's been. In fact, there's a good chance. Well, maybe Adam Knight had it in Canada.
I love this product. It is so good.
I love this product.
I also love how there's a picture of the fries like pointing at you.
Yeah,
and the fries are not even half full.
By the way, I finished the fries. Me and Franny finished the fries, and I actually choked on them and had to throw up 6 minutes before the show. All right, 2 quarter, and he's describing it. 2 quarter. All right. Let's hold on. Side by side.
Oh yeah. You can give us You can give us like a side by side.
It's pretty big. Now, when I ordered it,
he doesn't know how to attack it, Ken.
He doesn't even know how to pick up a goddamn hamburger. That's a quarter zip, Cal. All right.
I guess it's just a sweater vest, not really a quarter zip, but I think his
he takes a bite.
Quarter zip.
He takes a bite like he's a high school. He takes a bite like he's a high school quarterback sucking a cock for the first time. Yes, I said that. I don't care anymore.
Gooiness. I never want. All right, I have to turn this off. I'm sorry.
Yes. All right.
I never want to hear that man say gooiness ever again. That kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Please don't describe gooiness. All right, so I'm going to try it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to try it.
Oh, okay, so that says sesame seeds and what are those, like
it's
poppy
got poppy
seeds? What's on there?
Yeah. So I'll fail
okay, so
I
hope you don't have to, I was going to say, I hope you don't have to take any drug tests.
Hello.
Okay, so lettuce,
hello,
onion.
Steve. What if Ken started doing drugs? And this is something that he did on a show. Oh, that'd be great.
The pirate started, the burger started as a talking burger, then it turned into a talking pirate, or a burger pirate. So what's on your big arch? You got sauce, you got onions, you got lettuce.
Now I'm starting to feel like the CEO. I'm like, well, what is on this product? It's got everything you'd expect McDonald's. Weird onions, but they're not the little cube ones. Pickles, some mysterious sauce, just smushed in there. All right, I'll say this. So when I ordered it, there was a car in front of me, and they got asked to pull over to the front of the line. Go wait over there. Your food's not ready.
I hate that so much. I get so frustrated from that.
There's a McDonald's near me that's only got one spot. It's only got one of those spots. So I come up to and I pay again $19. Maybe I said that off air. I got the big arch meal, and I did get a cheeseburger on the side because I needed something then because I knew I was going to eat this later. $19, like 18 and change. Steve, we can't even be poor in this country anymore. McDonald's is poor food. McDonald's is, I got $5. I can eat like a king tonight. Can't even do that.
You might be able to get like a McFlurry for $5 now. No, the way to go is if you want a burger for $11, go to Chili's and eat it in your car. That's what I do.
I think you have a great idea, Steve. It's cheaper to go to Chili's. You might as well go to Chili's. All right.
Yeah, so, the old timer with cheese, $11.
It's good. It's a good burger. So I ordered this. I came around to pay, and they go, hey, can you wait up there? And I'm like, there's a car there. I'm not being an asshole about it. I'm not being an asshole about it. I was like, hey, there's a car there. She's like, they're pulling out. Well, they don't pull out. And then she goes, tell you what, you can back up and wait. The big arch takes a long time to make, Steve. That's what I got.
Does it have a third bun like the Big Mac does?
No.
No? Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
I'll give the CEO something. It's kind of hard to manage.
There's just a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. And there is, as he said in his video, all the like little onions have fallen out. I don't understand. All right. Are you ready? All right.
All right. Yeah, you go ahead. I'll commentate as you. Okay. So big bite. Wow. That's like up to the fingers bite. Yeah. That's a nice solid bite out of that. He's getting a good chew in. A good. So far, so good. I think the initial reaction I'm seeing on his face it's not a bad first reaction. If he didn't like it, I feel like we would have seen a different facial reaction. Look, he's processing still a little bit.
All right.
First impressions? Yay or nay? Can we at least get a thumbs up, thumbs down?
Okay.
Okay, thumbs up. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for loving my bite. The burger.
It's a good bite. It's a hell of a bite.
I've lost my breath with it.
You're too careful there. Franny can't do the Heimlich, I don't think. I'm big enough.
The burger is not anything too different from anything I've had at McDonald's.
Okay.
It's got the onions, the little fried onions, whatever they got. That you can taste that. The sauce is fine. It's almost muted. I wish it was a little more tangy and a little more in your face. The bun is the difference maker. But I don't know if the poppy seed, I don't know if that's, you can taste the poppy seed. The poppy seed is what is dominating this bite. And I don't think that's necessarily something you want.
So did they just take a quarter pounder with cheese and put poppy seeds on it? Is that what you're saying?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or maybe added the sauce. Is the sauce the same as the Big Mac sauce?
It's like, no, it's not. It's not.
It's not? Okay.
You can tell it's different. It's like,
okay.
It's muted though.
Okay.
It's muted. Okay. So get the word out. McDonald's, here's my thing, Steve. We're all making fun of Chris McMoneypants.
Yeah.
And his bite was worrisome.
It's not great.
He called it a product.
That's not good.
But it worked. All I wanted to do was go to get a big arch. That's all I've been wanting to do for like 4 days.
Yeah.
I think it worked. Whether it was, I don't think it was done on purpose. I think he's as awkward as it was. And I shout out to Burger King and Wendy's and A&W CEOs jumping in on it. But I didn't go to those restaurants.
Yeah, see? Me either.
I went to McDonald's.
I didn't, as soon as I knew that was going to happen too, right? As soon as people started making fun of this guy for looking like a robot eating this burger, I knew it was only a matter of time before like a Burger King, a Wendy's, like before, especially Wendy's, because Wendy's is like famous for their social media team being all over the place. I was like, oh, great. So now we're just going to start a trend of rich white dudes, awkwardly eating a shitty hamburger on the internet. And we just, let's make them more famous and more the center of attention and all this kind of stuff. Yep. And this is just going to justify further you paying $19 for what is honestly, a subpar burger. I mean, I'm glad you like it, but for $19, it just doesn't seem value to
the meal for me minus the cheeseburger would have been about $15. But $15,
that's still crazy.
For
We're
McDonald's,
approaching Five Guys territory.
We
like,
are.
Seriously.
We
like
are.
That's without the fries, but like, my God.
Now, Narcolepsy asked a question: is this any different from what the Arch Deluxe was? Like that, I can't tell you.
I don't know.
That I can't tell you. I don't think I ever had the Arch Deluxe. I'll call up Ken Plume. He probably had the Arch Deluxe. Anyways, my review is of two bites. I'm going to finish this, much like you said. Yeah. I'm going to go finish my lunch. I'll finish this after the show. I'll warm it up. Can you microwave a McDonald's burger?
Oh, God. No. Do you have an air fryer?
I do.
Yeah, use that. That's the key to reheating anything. I reheat everything in the air fryer.
I don't disagree with that. It seems like a lot of work.
I fell asleep watching football once, waiting for during COVID for B-dubs to get delivered to my door. I fell asleep. It sat on my door for an hour. Okay. I think a boneless wings, a burger, and some French fries. I popped that thing into an air fryer for like 3 minutes, came out, maybe a little less. It felt like it just came out from the restaurant. It was amazing. Even the French fries were crispy again. The only thing I use my microwave for anymore is popcorn.
All right. I'll give it a try. To me, it's like you got to warm up, you got to preheat, and then I can't put it in for too long.
It takes like 2 seconds to preheat an air fryer. It doesn't take long at all.
I'll do it. All right. You lay off me. I'll do it.
Doing you a favor.
All right. There we go.
You're welcome.
McDonald's, good luck with the big arch. I hope it makes a lot of money for Chris McMoneypants. All right. Let's take some confessions.
Only for Ingvia's wife.
Yeah. Let's do this. Hi, Franny. We need to get our confession booth going here.
Okay. Confession booth. Got it.
This is what happens when you use StreamYard.
I wasn't ready.
StreamYard and you,
I was the one that wasn't ready for once.
And you, what am I saying? There we go.
Oh, you got the organist. Okay, good. I was gonna say I didn't write a check to the organist this week, so
if anyone in chat has a confession and you don't want to call in, please go ahead and call in, or please put it in chat. That's actually what I was trying to say. We do have a confession from Jared the Tide Pilot, but Steve, you said you have a confession, so I'm going to need to hear your confession. I'll take it, but I'm going to need the audience to help me decide if you've sinned or not and can be forgiven.
That's fair. No, I've definitely sinned. Now, whether or not I deserve the forgiveness is a whole other story. I think I'm going to feel. I'm excited for this, Ken. I'm not going to be honest. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited for this because I think I'm going to feel a lot better about myself after this is over and after I've gotten this off my chest. I feel like I'm going to be able to look at my wife with more glistening eyes. I'm going to be able to look at my kids and feel like I can make them proud. We have a towel in our kitchen, Ken, that says "Be the person your dog thinks you are,"
Oh,
you know,
hear that, Frank?
and so yeah. So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Ken, my driver's license states that I'm 6 feet tall on the button. Okay. 6'0". Okay.
6'0".
And I've been assuming I've been 6 feet tall ever since I was about 16, 17 years old. Because my dad is 5'11", or so I thought or always assumed. And I outgrew Pops by the time I was about 16, 17 years old. So when I went to go get my driver's license, I was an inch taller than my dad. They just ask you, how tall are you when you fill out the stuff. And I put 6 foot. And that was the last time I ever like really measure, you know, ever go to the doctor. You don't really get measured once you're like past 9 or 10 at the doctor, right? They don't really measure your height too much. And so, yeah, I just said 6 foot. And Ken, I'm here to tell everyone, you, the internet, public, the world at large, I'm only 5'11". And this is a thing that a lot of men have issues saying. And you know, a lot of people say they're 6 foot, or if they're obviously not, they're like 5'9", 5'10", something like that. But I noticed this because like my dad getting older has, I think, noticeably shrunk a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I felt like I should have been taller than what I was. And anyway, it led me to do a self measurement, and yeah, your boy clocked in at about 5'11" and a half.
Look, okay. First of all, Steve, you want to know how good of a person I am?
I'm taller than you, for the record, and I have a picture over here to show for it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So how tall are you really now?
5'11" and a half.
Okay, that makes sense. I, for a long time, listed myself as and said I was 5'8", 5'8" and a half.
Oof.
Oof, indeed. But that's the same height as Bono.
Okay.
To the half.
That's a good way to put it. It's a great way to put it.
So I was always like, it's good. And I said this, but I did put 5'9" on things.
Okay.
And then I was at a dinner.
5'9" sounds better.
Yeah, I haven't. 5'8" and a half sounds like. What are you proving? Maybe on same size as Bono. Same size as Bono. I was at dinner. I was friends for a while. I'm still friends. I just haven't seen him in a long time. I was friends with voice actor Steven Stanton, Admiral Raddus from Star Wars and Obi-Wan and many other things. Great guy. And his manager, sadly, Miss Kathy, passed away. I loved her, and his manager, Dutch. And we're having a dinner. My now former fiance was there as well. And this comes up. They were looking at my IMDb page, and they go, "You're 5'9"?" I go, "Yeah, actually, I'm 5'8" and a half." And they go, "Bullshit. Bullshit. Steven is 5'10". You're taller than him. I go, "No, I'm not." So we go out on the street in Brentwood, stop dinner. And they held court of this. They were like regulars there. Everyone outside. And we go inside, and they put me back to back with Steven, and I was like taller than him. And we did factor in for shoe size.
Right.
We haven't even taken our shoes off. So I'm the only person to lie lower, Steve, in the world. So because of that, I'm here to tell you, Steve, you're already married, right?
Yeah. Happily married. I've been with my wife for 15 years, 2 kids. That's part of the reason why I'm good with this. If I was still single, I would be on all the dating apps. I'd be at least 6'1". Like, let's be real.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're lying. I think you were trying to keep up with Pops. What kid doesn't want to keep up with Pops?
Sure.
I don't think it was done with any ill intent, maliciousness, nothing nefarious. You weren't lying to fool the women you were trying to date. And it, your wife wasn't fooled, right? Wasn't fooled.
Right? I'm still. She's only like 5'2", so I'm. There's still plenty of height difference there. She, I haven't come out to. Honestly, I came to you all this first. When we're done with the show here, I'll. That's the first thing I'll tell Mrs. Producer Steve when I come out and be like, "Honey, I have something to tell you."
Jen Miro says I'm delightful at any height. Just so you'll know, and Jen Miro would know because she's delightful too. All right, so chat, is there a sin here? I don't think there's a sin. Jared the TIE Pilot, a man who has sinned, says no sin here.
That's a lot coming from Jared.
That's a lot coming from here. Again, I don't think it's sin. You didn't do this to deceive. Steve, you're blessed. No
Thank
sin.
you, Ken.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's bring in Who's got it? Who else has got it? We got Jared, Cal, and then Chris, who's got a Star Wars sin. We'll allow it. All right. Jared the TIE Pilot, calling in now. Jared. Oh, Scarlet. Wait, Scarlet Wolf's a sin. Oh, what you talking? Okay, Steve, hold on. Jared the TIE Pilot. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay, gents. How we doing this evening?
You sound a little down. I don't believe you.
Just exhausted. I had a very early morning at work, and it turned into a long day. So,
are you still good to record after the show tonight?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
We're doing Game of Thrones separately again. Okay,
nice.
Jared, please confess your sin.
All right. So, I'm sorry, Daddy. I've been bad, but
okay.
I am so sick of people, and it's mostly boomers, but I've noticed it's any generation. The card tap. I hate the card tap because nobody, like when you have your card and you tap it on the machine to pay.
Mm-hmm.
The shit like that.
Card tap for everyone. The Boston accent. We have to translate sometimes, Jared. Card tap. He doesn't like to use all the letters in the words. Card. C-A-R-D.
Yeah, the card tap. I heard him.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was talking about cars. I thought he was talking about like bumping people in traffic or something. I was like, "What? No, that's not okay." Go ahead, Jared.
All right, so, but explain this because I tap.
Yeah,
it's just most of the time it doesn't work, and I'm sick of people just smacking it. Look at me, it's not taking it. What do you want me to do, buddy? Wave my magic wand and be like, "You will accept his tap. His tap is beautiful." Or if they're using the goddamn phones to pay, I've got
I don't
the
do
Apple
that.
Pay.
Okay.
The Apple Pay.
I miss swiping.
Exactly.
That was fun.
Whenever my usual joke to customers is, remember the 90s where you swiped and were halfway to your car before you even finished the swipe because it just worked?
Remember the 90s when I'd give you a tenner?
Quick side tangent, but the young kids who born in like the later aughts of 2000, they don't believe me when I explain to them, like, listen, when I was a kid, you go to the gas station with a 20, fill your tank, pack of smokes, beverage, and receive change.
You couldn't do that at McDonald's.
Nope, not anymore.
So, Jared,
anyway,
you voiced your concerns. I want to know the sin.
Now, my card reader will sometimes at work, have its tech thing, and it's just not reading anybody's tab, phone, card, whatever, and you have to reset the machine, which takes about 60 seconds to a minute and a half. So you're just sitting there awkwardly staring at your customer. I know that it's a thing, but sometimes at work, I'll refuse to reset it and just tell people, "Oh, tap's not working at all today. Just insert your chip," because the chip is much quicker. And I just refuse to fucking have people tap. Like, no, especially if I have to open the store, so it means I'm there, to open for 5 a.m. No, I'm not putting up with this shit.
Okay. First of all, there is not my normal 7-Eleven. There's one near me, near the Burbank airport, that every time I go in there, they always say, "Tap's not working." I'm onto them now. I'm going to confront them on this. Be like, your card tap's working. I know it is. Your card tap.
Just try it and see if it works. I mean,
157 and reboot the machine.
So, Steve, could you sum up a little bit what you feel the situation in the sin might be from Jared here?
Well, the sin would obviously be lying to his paying customers, this is in white lie territory. At the end of the day, I think what Jared is trying to do is improve the customer experience by limiting the amount of options that could cause confusion, that could introduce, folks who are just trying to get their liquor at 5:30 in the morning. Here, just insert the card. If we narrow the ways in which this transaction can happen, we are removing variables for error. Jared is, I think, just being a good little businessman.
So you're saying no sin?
I'm saying, lying is a sin, Ken. So I'm saying it's a sin, but I will absolve him of his sins. Like it is a sin. I'm not. We got to, dude. If we're gonna do this, we got to follow the rules.
I agree with you. And I want to see what chat says. I was gonna say, first of all, I understand this, my son. I understand this. Okay, I understand where this is all coming from you. I don't work in customer service at this point in my life. Who knows? In 2 weeks I might. I don't know. So I understand where it's coming from. I do think it's a sin. Steve's going with sin as lying to your customers. I don't know if the customers deserve the truth. I'll be honest. I don't know if
they never do.
I don't know if they disagree. But
You
I
sound
do
like God,
think
just deciding what's, making your own rules here.
yeah, Jared's like, I am the CAD God. I think it's a sin because you're holding back technological advancement. That's what I think it is. I think the tap system could improve. I think Jared is in the way of change. Now, I'm going to go to the audience here to see if Jared needs to seek forgiveness or if he is, as Steve said, absolved. It is split down the middle, okay? So Steve will do a little mini blather bracket. Forgive or absolve? Or does he have to ask for forgiveness, or is he absolved for the sin of lying about the card tap reader? I'm waiting for the results to roll in.
And so in the chat, just put send or put absolved or forgiven, or no, put absolved or ask for forgiveness. I think I did want to bring attention to something Brady said that could really improve this, and maybe we just need to bring this to the card reader nerd convention. Pick a place on the machine where the damn tap is. Like, we need a standard for that, right? Like, as Ken reattacks the Archburger. Let's decide on whatever mechanism it is. Like, you know how the escape key is in the top left of every keyboard? Just make the goddamn tap sensor in the top left of whatever physical device we're using. Can we just do that, please? Like, why would that be hard?
Here's the thing with that, though. Technically, the whole screen can be tapped, but at my store, we have a button for your rewards, thing. You press the button to insert. So everybody taps the rewards thing, then looks at me. What the hell's this ID number? You tap the rewards thing, and then because I live in a hick redneck town, I go for the headshot, aim higher on the thing.
Look,
love this.
I said the word cock tonight. So what do we do? You can say what you want. All right, it's solved. You are absolved of your sins. Physics buddy Joe. All customer service employees are absolved. Carbon swap. Chris, he has to throw people out of his library. Absolved. Scarlet Wolf, her autocorrect got it right. Absolved. Narcolepsy. Absolved. English Via. Absolved. Rads. Absolved. I don't think anyone's on my side here. Mr. McClunky absolved. Okay, Jared, you're absolved of your sin.
Sounds good.
Congratulations. All right. Thank you, Jared. I got some sins to take here. And if you have anything else, you can call back in. Show.
Oh, okay. I'll be waiting because I got a complaint for later, too. But you take your sins, boys.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. We got Chris, Carbon Swap. He's got a sin to confess. Great, robust sins confession segment tonight, Steve. A lot of people have sinned this week. Chris, welcome to the show. Welcome to the confession booth.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you both?
We're doing great. By the way, I just got an email notification that I owe you lunch. Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, let's make that happen soon. So maybe less of a sin, but more of a confession that I feel guilty about. I know the last couple sins I've called in were kind of minor, but this is actually something that does cross my mind from time to time. So Star Wars Celebration, I forget what year it was, but I went with my brother and his two kids. And my brother, as you know, is a huge Star Wars fan, so I was waiting in line for some autographs for him. So this was a panel autograph, so it was waiting in a long line for like 4 or 5 actors all together, kind of a thing. Okay. And one of my strengths / weaknesses is that I am hyper aware of situations. So like I can look around a room and see who's uncomfortable, kind of read the room, what's that sort of thing. So.
Every introvert hates being in a big crowd with Chris. Sorry.
So waiting in line and it's not moving. All the actors are there. It's just moving slow, and I can sense. I hear the people in line behind me kind of grumble, and I'm kind of like looking around, see what's going on. And there's one of the actors was spending a lot of time talking to the fans. Sure, the fans loved it, but nobody else was picking up on this. So one of the convention attendees was walking by, and I said, "Hey, I think people are complaining because the line's moving slow, and I think it's that person that's kind of holding it up because they're, spending 7-8 minutes talking to every single person that comes in the front of the line." So I was like, "I'm just pointing it out, kind of a thing. Like, you got a lot of people in this line, you want to get them through. I'm just making an observation, and I'm sharing it with you." Okay. After I said that, they talked to this individual, and by the time and the line moved a lot quicker, but then by the time I got up there, this individual did not seem like they were having a great time at the convention anymore. So I might have kind of soured the convention experience for one of these Star Wars actors, and I do feel guilty about that.
Okay. And we're not naming names here, right?
I mean, I think it was a newer Star Wars actor to the franchise. So it probably, like I said, probably was one of their first convention experiences. But
what film? What film?
It was for let's just go ahead and get it out there. It was for Star Wars Rebels. It was the cast of Star Wars Rebels.
Okay. Yeah. Cast. Okay. So they were maybe hold on. Yeah.
No,
yes. So they were kind of new to the convention experience, you felt?
I feel like they were, yes.
Okay. All right. I think it's the guy who played Ezra. Okay. Yeah. Oh, see, look at that. I can tell.
Ken is hyper aware now. All of a sudden,
I'm hyper aware too. But
I have an ally.
Also, I know that cast, most voiceover people who've done any amount of time in the business, very aware of conventions because that's how they make a lot of good money, and they should. Yes. So if the way you act, okay, doesn't matter. Ezra. So the sin, Steve. What do we got here? The sin is
being a snitch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Judas over here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought the sin might have been robbing joy from other people, robbing joy from this actor, and robbing joy from yourself. Robbing joy from yourself. You get up there and you're like, "Hey, I love what you're doing." Yeah, whatever. But I think that is the result of being a snitch. I think that's the result of being a snitch. I think producer Steve is right here. So I'm going to say, Steve, sin with a need for forgiveness. Where do you go?
100% sin with a need of forgiveness. The question here is whether or not, what are you going to do for forgiveness? I mean, exactly. He's looking for us to make him feel better about this thing that he did. And I think, Chris, you need to you need to, that's exactly where I was going. You need to rebuild your street cred. You need to reestablish your trust among convention fans and goers. I think the next time you go, I think you need to take one for the team at some point. I think you need to be like a line stand-in or something for somebody, someone who's waiting for that new Jedi Order trailer, not like me that would pay $100 off Craigslist for someone who actually won the lottery. You need to stand in line for someone so that they can get in to see that trailer while you sit in a room and watch it on a projector.
Okay, so a lot of people in chat, Narcolepsy thinks his punishment should be listened to better than Ezra, but I like him better than Ezra, and I think
that's they're one of my favorites.
Dangerously close to wordplay.
It is. Number one, Ezra. No, anyways, Jared the TIE Pilot says a TikTok apology video. You don't
need to bring poor Ezra's actor into this. He's suffering.
Yeah. Laserbolt says can't think of a sin I'm willing to share. Sin or no? Laserbolt's killed. He's killed a man. I know he's killed a man. There's probably some forest up north Michigan that's got a couple bones in it. I'm sure, right, Laserbolt? And by the way, Laserbolt was right to do it. I'm sure it was a fight over a campfire.
Do well.
Yeah. I don't quite.
Is Steve coming to Celebration in 20 whatever year that is?
27, God willing. Yeah, that's the idea. I'll be because I'm supposed to be renting out a place across the street for BlatherCon. So that's the plan.
All right. So maybe Steve, since you're the one that is authorized to give forgiveness, then I will hold a space in line for you. I will get you food while you're waiting in a long line.
Oh, no. Just be my line wait, and I'm good because I spent more money than I would like to admit to see the Rise of Skywalker trailer in person.
Okay.
Laserbolt says, "Oof, that went south," because he knows I confessed for it.
He's Jared, like, "Shit, they're gonna find me out." Don't get the YouTube
Jared says,
subpoena again.
You must rewatch Rebels twice. But that's not a punishment. That's fun. I like this. This is payable in the future. Now, here's the thing. If this was a Trump administration, I'd say he's forgiven because Chris made a donation to me offline that I received that buys me. I'm fine. But I think, yes, in 2027, I think when we're all at a bar and it's crowded, a hotel lobby bar, Chris has got to get Steve. I'll get you. You need something? I'm at the bar. I'll get you. What do you need? I think that's what it is.
Okay. You stand in line for it. Doesn't have to be me. You need to stand in line for another convention go. You need to pay your penance to another convention. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll take it. Fair enough. But if it's not me, you need to, you need to do something else for someone.
Cade says penance idea. You have to sign 1,000 focus. Cade's gonna be in here soon to talk about the film that's out, A Quarter Life Crisis, coming out soon, but also to confess sin. There you go. Or you have to. Oh, that you know what? Okay, so I like this. Physics Buddy Joe says he has to listen to the Pod of Rebellion, which is the Rebels rewatch with the cast. I think Chris, listen to one episode and like it on YouTube, and leave a nice comment. Leave a nice comment that you can clip out and we can share here. And then in 2027, you need to buy Steve a drink in a hotel lobby bar. Steve's being too nice, pushing it off of him. I think it needs to be.
He didn't hurt me personally. He hurt Ezra.
Do you need one? You need one? And then Chris gets it. So Steve doesn't have to go to the bar. Okay.
I'm good with it.
All right. Done deal.
All right, Chris. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
And thank you for your confession.
All right.
He left. He sounded very sad when he left. All right.
I mean, that was a big emotional kind of like weight off his shoulders. So, yeah. Our
final confession of the night could be a doozy. Please welcome show Kingsport Cal from Kingsport, Tennessee. Oh, Chris says he feels lighter already.
Good.
Cal.
That's what we're here for.
I love when you call in to confess your sins because this could go places. What is your sin?
Well, it's not. First of all, can you hear me?
Screaming into your mic? Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're a little extra loud today.
Well, good. That means everything is working on all cylinders. Ken, I have an old school. I have an old school, but
you have an old school complaint.
Yeah, confession.
Okay.
But yes, I do have another one, but it's very salacious, and I thought about it tonight, and I have to get the approval from somebody before I.
Send me a message in Discord, Cal.
Yeah. Reach out to Steve, but also
no, it's not that. I need to get the approval from a person that was involved.
He's got to talk to his lawyer, Ken.
His lawyer. You got to talk to the lawyer. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Don't do it.
So, but
don't do what Laserbolt did. Don't do what Laserbolt did to confess a murder in northern Michigan in a forest. Okay.
I don't want to get too crazy. You know what I mean?
I did that. I'm the bad guy.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Cal. All right. I actually, Cal. In all seriousness. Thank you. I respect that you don't want to turn this into a smut show, even though I did say the
well, no. I don't care about my reputation. I care about the reputation of other people. So I have to make sure that
that's what I'm saying.
Okay for me to talk about that before I just do that on the internet. If that makes sense.
Admirable.
Goddamn.
Very admirable.
Anyway, but I do have another confession.
What's the confession?
School confession. Do you remember the days of Columbia House and BMG giving you those 10 CDs or whatever it was for a penny?
12.
Remember
12.
that shit?
12 for penny. 12. I did it a lot. Yep. I did VHS and music.
Yes, they had VHS and music. Now I centered on the music because I'm a big music guy. I've always been, and I done that once with myself. Use my actual name, use that. And this is when I was like 13. Okay. Because this was in Guitar World magazine. You know what I mean? You had things going up and I was seeing it and I was like, okay, whatever. So I did that. And then I had a talk when I did that. And then I done that. And of course I did not pay them a dime. They sent me 12 CDs, what have you. I did that.
Hold on, Cal. What was one of the CDs you got? Sting's 10 Summoners Tales.
No, but one of the CDs I got, which I already had on cassette tape. Well, two of them I already had on cassette tape, but the CDs were taken over at that time. So I went ahead and got Lance Morissette's Jagged Little Pill and Collective Souls. Self-titled album, I think it was. One that had Gel.
Yep.
Gel was my favorite songs. It was in a movie too. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
But I did that, right? And I never paid them a dime.
Okay.
But not only that, I did that again like 4 more times using different cousins' names. But I used the same address. So I never paid them a dime.
Did at one point in the 48 other CDs you get, did you get Sting's 10 Summoner's Tales?
No, I did not. But I did get a lot of classic hits, Ken, from the 90s from that way, from doing that. And I think that is what contributed to me as an adult going into my future as an adult and being a big proprietor of pirating. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm a pirater. I've always been. I've been a pirater ever since fucking Napster, ever since fucking Kazaa, LimeWire, what have you.
Sure.
I've always been a pirater. And I think that I think that there's roots in it. But I still think that is sinful.
Cal, what's the sin?
I took advantage of it and I never paid for it. I never paid for it. And I used ways around it, because let me tell you why I use ways around it is because my oldest brother, God rest his soul, he's dead. But he told me at that time, remember that was a time, Ken, when people said that this will go on your permanent record. You know what I mean? If you don't pay that stuff, whatever. Permanent record was a big deal. I remember they used to say this will go on your permanent record.
Okay.
And I would get bone chill.
Okay.
So I use other people's. I use my cousins.
Cal.
And continue to do it. You see the problem is.
Okay, Cal. Let me take control of my show here. Hold on. Steve, is the sin? What is the sin? Is it corporate fraud?
Yeah,
defrauding a corporation.
Yeah, the sin is here's the thing. Yes, it is. The sin would be receiving something, not paying for it, with the idea that he was going to pay for it or send it back. He stole the CDs, but to me, Ken, the idea that there is a timeline in which Cal was driving down a Tennessee road with the windows down, blaring Jagged Little Pill, just makes all of this absolved in my eyes. Or
River of Dreams by Billy Joel, also a highly purchased album on Columbia House. In the middle of the night, I can see Cal doing that.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right.
That was around that time frame, Ken. You are not mistaken. That was
I'm not
around
wrong.
that same time frame.
You at least got Sting's greatest hits, which included that nice little sweet song.
I wasn't into Sting at that time. I was getting more. I was getting more of alternative stuff and everything like that that I could not find in my area. By the way, so it was more of a service to me.
It was okay. All right. So I agree with Steve on the sin. I think it is a little corporate defrauding. Now, I will point out, more than a sin, it might have been a crime. And you once famously on this show, Cal, accused me of calling you a criminal to perpetuate dangerous tropes. So you calling to confess a crime is...
This is a white collar crime, Ken. This is nothing.
Emphasis on the white.
If you want to talk about real crimes, we can talk about real crimes.
It's not.
No,
it's not.
No. Wait, look, no, because I can't afford the lawyer I'm going to need for Laserball.
This is the whitest of crimes that I've ever committed.
Yeah,
white people commit fraud. I committed fraud.
Cal,
stop while you're ahead,
Cal. You're going to have to go, you and the Bomb Bad Boys are going to go to a class in which you listen to the host of the show when he's trying to talk, okay? I'm going to send all three of you to a class. Okay. You did defraud a corporation to enjoy lovable white music from the 90s. But I agree with Physics Buddy Joe that he says, similar to customer service, come on, StreamYard. Similar to customer service workers never been wrong. Corporations are always wrong. I agree with this. I'm saying, Steve, no sin.
No sin.
That no one in Columbia House even knew that this happened.
That's my point, Ken. Wait a minute, Steve. Give me 1 second. This is my point, Ken. Is that yes, I grew up in a place that did not have these albums wasn't readily available to me. I had to go outside of my area that I lived in to find these things. And second of all, I was in abject poverty when I grew up. We didn't have a lot of money. This was a way for me to scam the big cat and get what I needed to get. You see what I'm saying? And so I took advantage of that. I took advantage of it.
Steve,
And do I feel guilty about it? And I still do it to this day in some
Steve.
form of capacity. And I think it all breathed from that point. You see
Steve.
my point.
Steve, we said he wasn't guilty of sin, right?
Yeah, he just made it way worse.
He just keeps talking.
Yeah, he's just digging it. Like you were fine. Like you got to learn the whole stop when you're ahead.
Yep.
Mantra. You were there. You were at the pearly gates, and St. Peter was going to let you in, and then you just pulled your pants down and mooned him.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I do not hold things back. This is a sin confession. I'll give the whole truth and nothing but the truth in when I talk about the sins that I committed throughout my life.
Sounds like you've had to say that in a court of law before. Yeah,
I've had to say many things.
Hold on. DJ, hold on. When I'm talking, you quiet. You. DJ Bruja's here. She wants to know. We're talking about 90s music. Let me ask DJ Bruja this question: would you rather get your Columbia House CDs to get Sting's 10 Summer Tales or Billy Joel's River of Dreams album? Please respond in the chat, DJ Bruja. Thank you, Cal. I love you. You're innocent of your sin. Don't perjure yourself further.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
I'm with you. Innocent.
It's something that I still think about to this day because the actions that I do, I still do this in a form of way. And it just dawned on me the other day. That was one of the first inklings of me doing something adjacent to what I do in my present life.
He's basically telling us this led him down a life of crime.
This is getting
no, it did not. That's the other
this
thing.
Is getting concerning. This is getting concerning. Cal?
The first day. Oh, and I want to talk about well, this is out of confession range, Ken. I know you're going to stop me at any point in time, but there are a few things I want to talk about. I begged my dad to get the Desert Storm cards when I was a kid in the 90s. I remember that.
Yeah.
I begged them, and I loved every minute of it. I loved
so loud. You're so loud. You're so loud.
Sorry. I've been drinking a little bit, and I'm screaming.
The podcast listeners. Now I will. Now I told you. You have some fans from people that aren't in the chat. I was told recently that they absolutely love your calls, and I agree. And they just love when you call in and just go Ken. They just know they know. So
I have no idea why, but yes, I did.
All right, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds to wrap this up.
I don't know, Ken. The only thing I want to say is that I feel guilty about that. I really do. And like I said, I implicated my cousins into this scam that I created, which is one of the many scams.
That's a different. That's not even a. That's not a sin. That's a crime. That's actually a crime. All right, Cal.
I feel bad about it.
All right,
and
I don't need to feel bad.
Get that out there. I just want to get that out. I don't care if you
need to talk to your family. You need to talk to your family, not two weird dudes on the internet.
They don't care. They're not. They were never. Well, not that I know of. They were never pressured or affected by my act.
Okay, Cal. Okay, Cal. Anyway. You know, I appreciate you, and I think you're innocent of all charges. Good night. Good night, Cal. Cut him off. What? I cut off Addy. I might as well cut off him.
Yeah. So now you look less misogynistic now. Yeah. So that's
DJ Bruja. It did have an answer. 10 Summoner's Tale has Fields of Gold, which I listen to and repeat. I'm not ashamed. You shouldn't be ashamed. It's a great song. It's a great song.
All I know is after that call, Ken, I need a big arch and a cigarette.
DJ Bruja also says tantric sex wins. I don't know how to speak to that, but I do know how to speak to the big arch.
So how many Kens out of 5 have we come to?
There's a problem.
No,
I'm really full, but I got to finish this because I paid $19 for this segment on the show. But I'm really full. I need to work out because I've got some social activity planned for the weekend. So I'm forcing it through. The big arch has fallen a little bit. It's about a 3.5.
Okay.
A hot big arch might have been a 4.
Yeah. See, that's the thing I see about all these. Like, are we done with the church? By the way,
we're done.
The organist is like giving me eyes over here. Like, dude, I need to go.
Let me get that off. All right. Thank you, everyone who called in with your confessions tonight. We should get Dorina next week. Should call in and confess her sins. We might need an hour.
That's what we're here for.
Claudia as well. Claudia Dolph. A lot of sins there too, I'm sure. Okay. You were saying.
Oh, I don't even remember. We're moving.
You were talking about a hot burger.
We're done with
the hot big
hot
arch.
burger. Yeah. Oh, the big arch. Yeah, the hot big arch. The burgers. Like, so whenever I see these fast food review guys, there's a special. I don't remember the guy's name, but he's the dude that like does a lot of fast food reviews, and he's got like pizza boxes and shit all over his walls.
Sure.
And he like claps and he does like all that. Anyway. But all these people that like review fast food when they're home, like you're eating this big arch right now, dude. I can't eat McDonald's if it's like 7 minutes old.
I know. Steve, that double cheeseburger I ate in my car.
Right.
I keep saying double. It was only one. The French fries, the French fries I ate at home, half of them at home because Franny likes French fries. Is it the healthy thing for my dog? No. Yeah, you're 100% right. You have by the time I turn the first big corner, I need to be halfway through the meal, or it's off.
Right. No, I eat. I've said this before. I eat all my fast food in the parking lot because I can't even get it home. Like by the time I get home, it's icky.
DJ Bruja says she does not believe in hell. I don't either anymore, but I bet Dorina sinned. I've looked Dorina in the eyes. I know she sinned.
You don't have to believe in hell for us to absolve you of your sins. You can still come on and we can still absolve you of your sins. That's okay.
We're gonna make it happen next Thursday. Okay. DJ Bruja, Dorina, music superstar, who I put her song on the radio this weekend with great pride. She's gonna.
How's your pronunciation coming? How's it coming?
Sueno Americano. I got better.
Okay.
Sueno. I used one of those Google things. Sueno. Yeah. Sueno. You just kept pressing it. Sueno.
Right.
Sueno.
Right.
Because I was saying sueño. And then her at her horror ho cohort, April Toledo, they made fun of me on the corner of like Hollywood and Vine.
As they should.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, Dorina says last time I went to confessional, I just sang River of Dreams with Billy Joel. I like that song. I like Laserbolt's answer. Hell doesn't believe in me. You tell me that man hasn't hurt someone in a forest.
You're not helping, Laserbolt.
Tell me that man hasn't fought over a fire pit. And I'm on Laserbolt's side.
Thrown someone into the fire.
Okay. Let's take this complaint. Are you ready for this complaint from Jared? Do you think it's something? Do you think it's something we did?
Do we know what it's? Yeah. Do we know what the complaint is about? Is this a show? I hope it's. I honestly kind of really hope it is a show complaint.
Okay.
We could use some feedback, Ken.
I mean, I could give you a quick show complaint. Do more gaming streams, but that wasn't the reason for the complaint.
The man's got two children.
Oh no! His excuse lately has always been I'm sick, and then
that happens a lot too.
He's sick today. This is his Jordan flu game.
It is one of them.
But
all right.
So
what's the complaint?
Because we talk so much fast food. Quick side note: this isn't the complaint, but just I tried to go to Wendy's for the first time in a while. Pulled up to the drive-thru. They're using AI to take your order. I immediately drove away because it's still just like I gave it one.
How?
I noticed it was an AI voice. I'm like, oh god, here we go. So I go, junior bacon cheeseburger, no lettuce, no tomato. Was that chicken nuggets? Oh my god, nope, not putting up with this. Just give me.
And you can confirm Wendy's. You said Wendy's.
Fine,
Wendy's.
Okay. Fine, John.
My complaint is, why does every product need a fucking QRL code? When I have to scan a barcode at work to ring somebody out,
right?
If you scan the QR code, the machine yells at you because that's not the code you have to scan, and it doesn't know what it's doing. But like everything, I mean everything has QRL codes on it. Coca-Cola bottles have one on each side of the barcode, so you can't even slowly know why.
Yeah.
Why?
By the way, if you want to support the show directly, scan the QR code right there on the screen.
I don't mind. Like yours is fine, but like. Why does my freaking Little Debbie's need a QRL code? Who is scanning these QRL codes? Why do Coke bottles need two of them?
I don't. This is close to Mark of the Beast stuff. I don't. Steve, do you have any thoughts on this? I do think.
My wrist, baby.
Yeah, I do think it is the continued shitification and complication of things that used to work.
Yes, and we've seen that everywhere. I don't know if I am just trying to sound smart saying this, but this is an example of like private equity like ruining everything, right? Like we're trying to squeeze every last little bit of profit out of everything, and a bunch of dudes with MBAs are buying every company and saying, "Oh, you can fire half your staff and make more money for the next 3 years. Who gives a shit what happens afterwards?"
Right.
And so that's what's it's trickled all the way down to our Coke bottles and our cold fast food.
That is scary. Because this to me is when we have and we're not getting into an AI nuanced conversation, but when you get into the is some of AI did they use it in medical, but when you get to the replacing humans jobs conversation, right. I told you, like, I had a job interview at the beginning of my joblessness journey back in April last year, and the interview was done with an AI HR person, and after 2 minutes in the conversation, I forgot. Like, I almost asked them out. Like,
yes.
That's what's scary. Yeah.
Then we're getting into weird trafficking things. It would have been like you have to have like a premium subscription for the AI to date you or something. Probably it's a whole thing. That's an HR issue too.
There you go. So Jared, I don't have an answer other than I think it is the inshitification and the, complication of processes that used to be simple.
Yeah, you're so not wrong. Like even the penny candies have one on them.
That's okay. That's too much. That's too much.
You know who
Jared?
actually doesn't have them? My liquor bottles.
See, what did I tell you all? Drink and fuck.
Exactly.
All right, Jared. Thank you for your sin and your complaint.
Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
All right, that is about it, Steve. Because I do actually have to continue to work. I have to work with Jared on a Game of Thrones review. Thank you all. Oh, you know what? Take it back. There was a super chat. See, I'm having computer issues where everything's slow tgoing James Holmes, thank you for super chat. For the end of the world, please watch DS9. Not really. Sean McGabb, he's going to leave God out of it. He says he has no qualms about getting into a firefight with a bunch of bad guys. There you go. He's got experience doing that. Malcolm, the obscurest essay, says, hey, Ken, hope you're all right. In spirit of confessions, I want to know if anything has progressed in the continuing saga of your neighbor. Did you ever sending that letter you talked about?
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
So interesting enough, this just came up today. I was spent some time this morning. My former partner came over to get some stuff from the house, and we walked the dog, and it was a wonderful, warm exchange. But we're walking around, and my other neighbor, the one next to me, is there, and I was telling Grace, I was like, oh, the neighbor like filmed me. I gave her the whole update, and recently used his Ring. I saw him look at me through the Ring camera at night and stuff, and she was like, always been freaked out about that guy. The neighbor said, he popped out. I was like, hey, buddy, how you doing? Hey, I was just telling her about the guy. Anything else happen? And he goes, yeah, we're trying to get a restraining order. He's filming my daughter now when she goes to her cars. His daughter's like 16, 17 range. Just got her driver's license. He's filming her. So I don't have it, but this might get kicked up a notch.
Yeah.
This might get kicked up a notch.
Yeah, we're gonna need updates. We're gonna need updates on this as this progresses for sure.
There you go. Oh, it's Kingsport Cal's B-Day this month. There you go. My next month, we'll do something here on the channel. It's a big birthday for me. Steve, thank you so much for your help tonight. Again, for those, the top 5 Trump admin officials calling the war in Iran and a religious war. We'll recap it here. Pete Hegseth, number 5. Ted Cruz in his children's book, number 4. Number 3, Marco Rubio. Number 2, Mike Grinder Johnson. And number 1, little buttercup, Senator Lindsey Graham, saying we're going to determine the Middle East for the next 1,000 years with this war. So there you go, everybody. Write your reps. Do what you got to do. That's it for now. Hey, everybody. Start the music. The organist walked out. They play the rock music, too. I'm going to finish this big arch. Bye, friends. We'll see you on Saturday. Maybe. Bye.